recap
of our 30 days of Halloween.
30 days. Special guest. This week we had a full entire week. We watched 9 movies. Saturday we had a little bit of a movie night. During the week it's a little busy, so it's normally 1 movie a day. We watched a movie that
Wasn't on our list.
and we had never seen before. So we didn't know if it was going to be a flop or not, and it actually turned out great, but I will tell you about that later. Day one was Barbarian. I watched it when it came out. Unlike a lot of people thought was a horrible movie. When I first watched it, finished it, and I was like, what the heck did I just watch?
What happened, bro?
And I remember calling my parents and I was like, do not watch that movie. That is such a bad movie. My parents watched it and my dad was like, you're tripping. That was a great movie. And my mom thought it was pretty good. And I'm like, I don't know. I disagree. But since everybody loves it, I'll give it another shot. I thought it was better than I first thought it was, but I still am not like, yeah, that's a great movie. I thought it was pretty cool, and I think knowing what it's about gave me a better idea.
I think it was pretty good. I fell asleep at the end though. I feel like it was scary enough for me. The scariest part was when the first guy goes. I never think it was scary.
Barbarian is a little bit of a tricky movie to explain because there's something going on and then there's something even crazier that's going on.
Remember.
And then at one point there's a scene change where my sisters were like, what the heck, was that the end of the movie? And we're like, yeah, this is a different movie going on. And we were just messing with them. Kind of funky. It's a good one if
You should have patience.
this girl has to go to Detroit for this work thing, so she rents an Airbnb. Gets there and the door is locked and won't open. And then she realizes that there's somebody inside. They open the door, which is actually the person that plays Pennywise in the newer It. So Pennywise comes to the door, not Pennywise, but the guy that plays him. He comes to the door and he's like, this is my Airbnb. And they're both like, what the heck do we do now? And they're just like, okay, well, let's figure it out. But they have to wait till the next day. The next day comes, girl goes down to the basement and she kind of discovers there's some creepy stuff going on. Is the guy creepy? Is the owner creepy? Is the guy the owner? What is happening? Takes a whole twist and you're like, what the heck?
It was good, but I don't think I have that patience. I rate like a 4.29.
4.29 for Samalama. Probably rate it like a 6, maybe. I definitely think it was way better this time than it was the first time. But would I watch it again? Probably. Would I watch it again on my own? Probably not.
Day 2.
Day 2, we watched Us. Us is a Jordan Peele movie. This family, they're going to their summer house, which is in Santa Cruz. This girl has deep down trauma where she got lost at the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. She had this creepy thing happen and then she didn't talk. Now she has a family. They're going back to that summer house and the husband's like, we're going to the boardwalk. She's like, I don't want to go to the boardwalk. He's like, come on, we'll go. Weird stuff starts happening. She starts noticing that there's a lot of coincidences. And she starts telling her husband, I always feared that this bad thing was gonna happen. He's like, what are you talking about? And then they're sitting in their house and they notice that there's this family standing outside past their driveway and they're just staring. So the husband goes out and he's like, get away, blah, 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 blah. What do you want? They don't say anything. He's like, go away, blah, blah, blah. What do you want?
I have a gun.
I have a gun, I'll shoot you. He doesn't have a gun. He goes back in, they're all in the house, and then the family starts coming in and they start going haywire. Turns out the family looks exactly like them. And you're left wondering, what the heck? How is this happening? Why do they look like they're the exact same person? They don't really talk, so it's really creepy. I thought Us was a pretty good movie. I watched it when it first came out in the movie theater, and I haven't seen it since. I was pleasantly reminded
How pleasant it was.
and I understood it a lot more this time around than I did the first time.
Just weird. I feel like in a level of scariness, like it's creepy, but not. I like how the dad's funny in it.
It's kind of giving zombie apocalypse vibes, huh?
Yeah, how they're just standing in the room. I like how eerie it was, but I don't think I fully grasped the concept of there was the extra. I rated it a 6.82.
Samalama rates it a 6.82.
Day 3.
Alright, day 3, we wanted a nice happy-go-lucky movie, as happy-go-lucky as you can get with horror movie. Happy-go-lucky to us. So day 3, we watched Happy Death Day. My dad really loves Happy Death Day. I was pretty surprised. It was lighthearted, not too scary, but it still has that scary element. It's this girl's birthday. She's in college. She's not the best person. She finds herself getting murdered by this person in this mask. And then she wakes up the next day and she lives it all over again. It's like Groundhog Day.
Guys with the groundhog mask?
That's a baby mask.
Oh. It looks like you do it from... Oh, yeah.
It does. This girl is stuck in this continuous loop, so she's trying to figure out who is the killer and how can she get unstuck. You're going through and you're like, who's the murderer? I think it's a really good, lighthearted, scary movie. One that I enjoyed. You didn't watch it, huh?
Well, I did, but I remember it. I just didn't really watch it. I was doing homework.
Oh.
It's a really good movie. It takes a little bit of time, but it's really fun. I rated it a 8.99.
8.99 That's pretty high for Sam.
Day 4!
Alright, so day 4 we watched Train to Busan. If you haven't seen it, it's a Korean movie. This dad is taking his daughter to go visit her mom, and they have to go on a train from their city to Busan. And while they're on this train, a zombie apocalypse happens. And it's the very beginning of the zombie apocalypse. Action-packed, a lot of gore. It'll keep you entertained pretty much the whole movie because of everything that's going on. I really like Train to Busan. I've never watched the full movie before this, but I've always heard good things. Loved it. I would very much say you should watch it. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being in my video.
Bye.
Wait.
It's okay, I'm still here. Your favorite.
Best number, day 5, The Strangers. I find this movie so creepy. I think it's amazing. Very high up there in my list of movies that actually scare me.
I need to watch that. If that
It's
scares
because-
you, that means it's gonna scare me.
It's more realistic. It's from the 2000s. There's this man and this woman. The vibes are very much down and he's gonna leave. Creepy stuff starts happening. This girl knocks on the door. It's like bang, bang, bang. What the heck? So they look and they're like, yeah. And she's like, is Tamara here? They're like, there's no Tamara here. And she's like, are you sure? But they can't really see her face because the light's off. Later, there's another bang on the door. It's like bang, 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 bang. They're like, hello? Is Tamara home? And they're like, we already told you she's not here. Freaking creepy because they're in the middle of the woods.
I
Like,
would have said yeah. I've
It's-
been like,
it's a secluded house. They're like, we already told you she's not here. Then it turns into this home invasion. There's different people in masks torturing these people in the middle of the night. They don't have their phones. I don't think it's a spoiler, but basically, they're like, why are you doing this to us? And their response, because you were home.
that is so iconic though.
Because
Like,
you were
low-key,
home.
that is so.
Why are you doing this to me? Because you were home. You thought she said because you're home. This movie is super high up for me. Day 6 was Friday, and me and my dad helped doing the chains at the high school football game. We didn't get home until 11 o'clock at night. So we're like, we need a movie that's gonna get going and stuff is gonna be happening. We decided on Final Destination 3. If you know anything about Final Destination 3, you know this movie created a lot of people's fears of roller coasters. These two different couples, they're about to go on this roller coaster. This one girl's super, super scared. They get on, they do the whole thing, they get going. Once they're on the roller coaster, things start going horrible. Roller coaster starts breaking apart. People are flying off, getting stuck upside down, sliced in half. She falls off, and then bam, she opens her eyes, and it's the exact same scene from when they were getting onto the roller coaster. Everything is the exact same. She got this premonition of how they were all gonna die, so she starts freaking out. She's like, let me off, let me off. They're like, no, you're just scared, it's okay. People are gonna die, we're all gonna die. And they're like, get her off, like blah, blah, blah. So they let the whole first cart get off, but they don't let the second cart get off. So the second cart goes, and bam, everything that she said was gonna happen starts happening. Out of the people that survived and weren't on the roller coaster, starts dying. Bam, bam, dead. All of them, one by one. They're trying to figure it out. Why are these people dying? And then they're like, oh my gosh, my premonition. Gruesome kills. One of my favorites of the Final Destination. So day 7 was Saturday, and it was 3 movie feature. First, we started it out with this movie that we have never seen before. My dad had seen the previews, and he had wanted to watch it. The movie was actually great. The actors that they chose seemed very realistic, and it was awesome. The movie was called Sick. Sick is about COVID. It has to do with these two girls leaving their college to go quarantine in one of her parents' extra houses. They're on this lake. One neighbor. Cross the entire lake. Everything else is woods, secluded road. She gets a message, and they're like, are you having fun? She's like, what the heck? Who is this? They're like, just jump in the lake. She's like, is somebody watching us? This person comes wearing all black, and they're sneaking around, trying to kill them. It's a whole thing of can they get away? Plot twist. Then there's another plot twist. Pretty good. It's a little cheesy in that it's COVID, and it's somebody coughs and everybody stares, but it's realistic. When COVID was first happening, toilet paper was out, grocery stores were a mess, everything was super crazy. This movie really captures all of that. Really crazy seeing what was going on and our real life stuff being put into this movie. Despite the cheesiness that you may think about it, check out the movie if you want a nice, unsuspecting one. And after Sick, we had to come back with a classic, and we watched Freddy vs. Jason. Acting was horrendous, but the kills, 10 out of 10. Loved it. I'm a Freddy person, so if you ask me, Freddy definitely 100% beat Jason. That's the end of that conversation. I think the kills were fantastic. The gore was awesome. All of it was exactly what you're wanting from the Freddy and the Jason movies. One-line punchers, classic Freddy. I don't remember watching Freddy vs. Jason when I was younger. I'm sure I did. I just can't for the life of me remember. I'm very glad we were able to watch it. If that's your vibe, I would say it was great, and it is very much my vibe. If you haven't seen Freddy vs. Jason, it's Freddy Krueger versus Jason Voorhees. Freddy Krueger is this child murderer who all these parents got together to burn to death. After he dies, he comes back to life almost, but he starts killing people through their dreams. So he's killing the kids of the people that burned him alive. If he kills you in your dream, he kills you in real life. By the time Freddy vs. Jason is happening, the town uses this drug drug called Hypnosil to get these kids to stop dreaming, so nobody remembers Freddy Krueger. Now Freddy doesn't have his strength to just kill these kids left and right. He has to find a different way to reignite that fear, because that's what he lives off of. He goes into Jason's mind and wakes him up from the dead. So then Jason goes to Elm Street, starts killing kids. The police are like, who is this? They investigate the people that were at the crime scene. They mention Freddy's name, and the girl's like, Freddy, blah, blah, blah. So then once that happens, he's able to start infiltrating their minds again. Bam, he's back to full strength, killing these kids, fighting Jason. Freddy Krueger definitely wins, just so we're clear. Give it a watch. If you're in it for the gore and the kills, not if you're in it for the acting and the storyline. After that, my youngest sister Sammy was still awake and very much invested in these movies, so we throw on The Visit. The Visit is a very good movie. This mom hasn't talked to her parents in years. They get in touch with her. They want their grandkids to go and stay with them for a week. They start to notice weird things. The grandpa says, don't come out of your room after 9:30. Start seeing the grandma throwing up, find dirty feces in the barn. The grandma's being super creepy, chasing them around, crawling when they're playing hide and go seek underneath the house. The grandpa's having like random outbursts of violence. It's really, really weird. Bam! Plot twist. What the heck? Can you imagine if that was you? I would definitely recommend that one if you haven't seen it. And it's rated PG-13. I am anti-PG-13. If it's PG-13, it's not gonna be good enough. But that's a good movie. Thank you so much for watching my week 2 recap. I hope you guys are getting some inspiration from these videos and are taking the time to watch a scary movie throughout October. Even if it's once a week, I would highly recommend it. I think scary movies are the best movies ever. I hope you guys have a great week. I will see you for our week 3 recap. See you later. I gotta go watch another scary movie. Bye! Week 2.
I want to say more than one word.
Okay, recap for our 30 days of Halloween.
I'm a professional YouTuber.
Can you leave? It's already...
I thought you said, can you leave? I know. Spooky season.
Hold on. There's keep you entertained. Back in the 2000s. Girl.